Tonight, in a new KARE 11 investigation, a popular high school athletic director and former Viking star mysteriously fired. There's also thousands of dollars in missing cash and major questions about how well Minneapolis school leaders are protecting the public's money. Here's investigative reporter AJ Lagone.
Leo Lewis, former Viking star receiver, more recently known as Dr. Lewis, educator.
Do the best we can.
Widely cheered for reviving Minneapolis North High's athletics program.
Floats it up into the end zone.
Winning state championships. But with no public explanation, Lewis was mysteriously placed on leave, then last summer fired from his job as North's athletic director. But now, these internal district records obtained by KARE 11 raise questions, not only about the job Lewis was doing, but also about a failure of basic checks and balances in the Minneapolis school system that left parents like Sharon Elamine, president of North High's parent Polar organization, taking to social media to vent.
We don't know where the money went. We don't know how much was collected. We don't know how much was spent. None of that was being documented.
Back on November 1st, 2017, parents sent this letter to the district outlining major concerns, including $8,000 gone missing, questions about what happened to money from fundraisers and ticket sales.
We want answers to this, and we want to know what took place with those dollars.
The parents' letter and an investigation by the district that was kept secret until now led to the ouster of Leo Lewis. But our own investigation found there were plenty of prior warning signs about financial irregularities here at North High.
There were a lot of red flags available.
Former state auditor Rebecca Otto reviewed the records we uncovered. They show 7 months before parents filed a complaint about missing money, Lewis had already reported that $8,000 raised from basketball and wrestling tickets was stolen from an unlocked file cabinet.
And when things of this nature happen, it's unfortunate for everybody involved, and especially the kids, because that was money that was supposed to be used in a particular way.
The district did this internal audit, which found essentially everyone in the school had access to where the cash is stored. How is that possible? Turns out the school had 2 safes, but neither worked because, quote, no one knows the combinations.
I mean, a working safe seems pretty basic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does. It does.
That's just one of the problems. Cash from ticket sales and concessions was supposed to be picked up regularly by Dunbar Security. The internal investigation found that before those pickups, Lewis was personally taking thousands of dollars to a local bank to change the small bills into 100s to make it easier, he said, to count. The auditor wrote his rationale for doing so is not justifiable. What's more, records reveal during the height of basketball season, there had not been a Dunbar pickup for more than 2 months, a situation the former state auditor described in 2 words.
Red flag.
All that before fed-up Polar parents began raising additional financial concerns.
There was no answers. We couldn't get any answers.
The ensuing investigation opened Pandora's box. Records show the district claimed Lewis committed a huge no-no, paying an unapproved vendor in cash and letting legitimate bills pile up. They found ticket sales sheets did not match with money in the cash box. And there was a golf tournament Leo's foundation held, specifically advertising proceeds would support North High athletics. But the district found no money from the fundraiser was ever received.
We want answers to this, and we want to know what took place with those dollars.
District records claim, when questioned, Lewis's responses lacked common sense, were riddled with excuses, could not be explained, and were plainly untruthful. So, by now, you're probably asking, what does Leo Lewis have to say about all this?
Appreciate you taking the time.
All right. Well, you guys want to drill me? I got to answer.
We asked him.
What do you say to that?
Well, I say that's untruthful. I didn't steal any funds. I didn't misappropriate any funds.
Not only does Lewis deny the charges, he provided us with invoices and checks showing his foundation paid for thousands of dollars of equipment for sports teams at North.
Some of these allegations certainly were not true. They're baseless.
Well, tomorrow night on KARE 11 News at 10, our investigation continues. We're going to hear a lot more from Leo Lewis, and as you'll see, some of his answers raise even more questions about how well Minneapolis school administrators were protecting money that was meant for kids.
And the superintendent, real quick, what does he have to say?
Not a word. He actually shut the door in our faces when we were trying to ask questions. So that's part of our story tomorrow night.
All right, very good. Thank you, AJ.